So, state your name and who you work for.
My name is Shannon Braun. I am an independent consultant, and I own a company by the name of Systenology.
Okay. And what are you speaking or did you speak yet today?
I did not speak yet.
Okay,
today.
so what are you going to be speaking on today?
I'm going to be speaking on building line of business applications with WPF.
Okay, and why would you use WPF to do that type of stuff? What advantages do you get?
I wouldn't do it.
Wow. Okay, well that sells your talk right there. So let's take two. Why would you use WPF for a line of business application?
I think there's a number of different compelling reasons to use WPF in line of business applications, and one of the things is just creating a better user experience than what you can create with WinForms application in a less amount of time.
Okay. Okay, so how long have you been working with WPF?
2 years.
What's the most frustrating thing you've had to deal with WPF?
I think the initial learning curve and learning all the different new constructs and concepts that they've introduced in the framework.
Okay. What do you say the status is of the designer for WPF apps in Visual Studio?
In Visual Studio, the status of the designer, I don't ever use the designer.
That speaks in itself.
Yeah, and there's a number of reasons why, and it's gotten better. When it first was released with Cider, it had some, it was pretty slow. It took a while to come up, and by the time it did come up, it usually either crashed or, if it did render something, it was just slow. Typically I don't use the designer to develop the XAML.
Do you use the expression tools then?
I have. I'll use them for specific instances, things that are a little bit more complicated to do than rather authoring XAML. Things like animation stuff. I'll open up Blend and work in there.
So do you pretty much do everything from like a text editor then? That's almost what it sounds like you're doing.
Yeah, I use Notepad.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I just use I use the basically the XML editor.
Wow, that's interesting.
And stuff. So.
Well, you're not the first one that I've heard that's like a WPF person that spent some time at. That's a lot of them just end up using pretty much a text editor.
The designer has gotten substantially better and stuff, and I've used it on a handful of occasions when I couldn't get the layout correct, and I was jumping back and forth between something like XAML and the IDE rather than just staying in the IDE. So.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Shan.
Thank you.
Shan. Blah, blah.
Yeah, you got it right.